see that especially in their game going on down low with Shepard around lobby. Now the explosives starting to go off for BDS. They won't be able to clear out too much, just trying to deal with the construction panel here going into the last minute as they need to find a secure place for this bomb.
Nice pick there. Finally going to see a kill on the inside of this game here. So deep into the round at about 2.5 minutes before we finally see the Nitro Cell connection being made. A response comes right back from BDS, though, as Lems is able to take down Dan. Joystick, though, on that flank that I was talking about, walks right up. There's no one watching it for the side of BDS, so the entire take is torn to shreds. Renshiro given a free in with his pick against Always, but that's it. That's all they're going to be able to find. Shepard immediately trades it out, and Empire, mainly due to the very easy exploits of Shaiko there on the flank, are going to shut that one. We brought back into the fight. Continue to go deeper into this round here. The final 30 seconds, in fact, moving into it, and Joystick, Sam was mentioning it, Stokes just brought it up there. We could see him be a late round addition into this specific round, and we get exactly that as Joystick picks up 2 massive frags here as we're coming down to the wire. BDS so promising on the inside of this, but no, a funnel through the bathroom is shut down single-handedly by issues that I was just talking about a moment ago. Already plaguing BDS here, as they are now stuck on the inside of this matchup here, trying their best or to work their way forward. Shaiko going to be able to pick up the first exchange from BDS, a much needed one too, after the loss of Renshiro just a few moments ago. Joystick, of course, probably the most influential player they could have taken out here if they were going to need to do so, but Shepard going to continue the streak for Empire, and Dan will do the same as the bunker setup deep in the basement site continues to work out well for our defensive roster. Brit trying their best to be able to flush out the player now hiding in the corner of Church, but really not going to work out so well here. Shaiko already closing in on one of those last few players alive, and I mean, with Shaiko's kill, BDS realistically working their way back into this. A couple of more forward aggressive positions from Empire are going to come back to haunt them a little bit, as now they've been traded out by some of the lead fragging members of BDS, namely Shaiko, of course, who's going to be the hallmark player here. But Brady also finding some success, and now going to have to bring out the entire clutcher and gets it done, in fact. BDS somehow claw back from the brink in order to clutch out. Make up for that, we can see Shaiko actually on a bit of a lurk of his own here, trying to find an opening to play with against Empire, specifically on the inside of either those cache or CCTV positions, but at the moment is not being presented with either one of those opportunities. So Shaiko going to continue to wait it out, hope for a mistake from Empire, but so far nothing really fleshing out here, and that's going to force BDS to just make a move. But the problem is Empire already doing it for them. Shepard and Joystick clearing out on the first floor by themselves has left only the garage push alive for BDS. Doesn't seem like it's going to stay alive for much longer anyway, as now everything falls right down to that last player for BDS. Always will shut that down. It's a flawless hold from Empire as they take the second defense up here in cap.
Is in that worse for wear as they try and dispatch of this mirror over on bathroom. C4 rains out, and as a result will explode those X-Kyros. You look over towards Bride, he's got none left. Blue, this is a really good position. Why you would expose yourself after keeping that mirror intact is beyond me, and they don't even have cache control.
Shaiko here, looking to try and bring BDS back into the round once again. That's a great way to get it started, though, as Joystick gets his head taken off. One of the more powerful players so far in this game on the Empire roster. A good dodge from Shaiko as well, able to avoid certain death from below as a Nitro Cell is tossed onto the floorboards inside of security. No damage going to be done to him, though. Reach a tense moment in the round with just 40 seconds left. Empire knows that BDS are going to have to start getting aggressive soon, and they've got counter positions set up to try and take these players out as they move in. Here's the problem, though. BDS is aware of a lot of the setup that Empire is working towards, specifically Dan over here in Billiards, watching that hop in from the upper gym window. Upper D going to be moving in here, taking control, trying to get that diffuser down onto the ground. At the same time, Scyther trying to fend it off on the other side. Does pick up the Shaiko frag, but now has to retake into a 3v3. Radi with a nice pickup, taking down Shepard there. Another one for Renshiro as well. BDS with some great post-plant positions, just not leaving a hope alive for Scyther and the rest of Empire.
1 HP and a dream almost here for Scyther. I've seen Empire do crazier things, but when you've got about 20 seconds left, a 7-second diffuse timer, and players who know how to hold the most crucial of post-player positions, there is not a lot you could do. Skeleton key in hand, are prone on the ground. With that is that a kitchen hatch drop will be the one that sort of promotes the execute here.
recall, going to be the first to step up. Probably the best opportunity for BDS to get this round started, seeing as there is no trade position for Scyther. But the problem is the trade position for Scyther is his weapon, and at this close range, it is indeed lethal. At M590, picking up a clean kill to start out the defense. BDS trying to poke and prod their way in, but it is not working. Unfortunately, wouldn't have been able to go for an all-in boom strategy here either, just due to the numbers disadvantage. But everything's going to get brought down to Brede at the end of the day. Into a 1vx, a 1v5, a full team wipe needs to be brought out here for Brede in order for BDS to win this round. Obviously, it's incredibly unlikely at this point forward that it'll happen, so Brede just trying to use the rest of this time appropriately, trying to put himself into the best position possible, but we do reach the expected result of that round with Empire taking control of the final round on their defensive half.
French got the baguette, the breadstick in hand. And as a result, Joystick, he's just finding those footsteps. Alam, surely you know he's standing right next to you. Turn around. Hello, Joystick. I don't know if he's got his earbuds in back to front, but he manages to collect one, but he won't get the other. A good trade here, but I'm going to argue that picking up the mute with the shotgun, the C4 is a way bigger pick for Empire than just getting rid of the Jackal.
Definitely the case right there. So Joystick going to go down, but like we said, that's been something that's been occurring here, so Empire is somewhat used to that. The problem is going to be now they lose the next engagement as Shaiko is able to jump in, finding a pick against Dan. That takes out their Zofia from the action too. Because they did not bring an Ash, any sort of range soft destruction on gadgets, say, you know, the Melusi Banshees or a Cade charge that needs to be taken out here late in the round is going to be very difficult to deal with at this point for Empire, because they're also nearly out of nades. They've only got a single one left there on Shepard to try and use here, and we're getting down to the limit. 30 seconds left in this round. Empire need to put the pedal to the metal on the aggression in some way, shape, or form, while of course keeping themselves alive in order to win this out. Let's see how they're going to try and do it. An attempt at an opening there onto the panel, opening up more of a purview into garage, but they're still going to have to force the issue to the inside of the CCTV window. They're trading it out as well. Scyther, as well as always, with 2 important kills. Another down from Scyther, and he's going to be able to finish it as well with the Lems going down, but Renshiro moving in, stopping the case drop attempt, and running the timer down to 0. It's BDS that will take the first round of the second half in very close. This needs to be a very coordinated effort, especially with the Aruni gates in play, specifically on the outside of Moto right there. They do need to be cautious of that and make sure they time their attack appropriately so they don't end up running into a laser and losing about 40 HP or so as they try to push in against a very well prepared, which should be anyway, very well prepared BDS. Scyther, with a good start, however, is able to knock out a Lems that was against the more aggressively positioned Aruni, so the more expected first player to fall. This is now where the problems start to show for BDS. Joystick getting 2 kills so far unresponded to. That's until we see Brede work into the action though, as both Scyther and Dan are felon by him on the same magazine inside of an SMG-11 as well. Not an easy task to pull off here, but the problem is Brede now stuck down the dirt tunnel. No easy way to work their way outside of it. That means that more than likely we're going to see the case go down on the ground. Indeed it is. Timer will start ticking in the other direction here as Renshiro and now just Brede going to try and clutch this out. Joystick specifically gets his 3rd kill of the round right there, and Shepard cleans things up as Empire take control of this. May not necessarily need Scyther at this point in the round, but if there was something left unopened, obviously that'll be a pretty big miss.
You can see Shaiko attempting to get rid of that drone before. That gave critical intel, because if this grenade hits, they will have all of the necessary control they need. Shaiko, he reads into it perfectly, but always catches him as he rotates around the couch in that little mattress on the pixel. It'll be Renshiro to keep hold of logistics. If he does not, that is a power position gone, done and dusted. He'll take the Vector to the SMG-11 surely, and both have a huge fire rate, but he'll shred through always, and Joystick will trade on out to Renshiro. Brede's ready with a C4, but with 10 seconds left here, Blue, they need to get this plant done and dusted or go for the kills. Trouble is, with quick peeks in the showers, running out of that ammunition, it's Brede for the double. And all of a sudden, Team Empire, they're in trouble. He'll be focusing over towards Blue, and considering Shepard's position here, I think Blue, they might even decide to change this up and go for a plant over towards Triple Wall if they can get that open on up. Those mute jammers are there, but a simple grenade will fix that one.
Nope,
and
not that
unfortunately, it catches. Yeah, go again. You've got another in hand.
Obviously not going to have that nade for a lay run situation, but we're getting to the point where they, let's be real, probably won't have time to set up a super coordinated nade strike. But apparently BDS have time to send in a nitro cell right towards main stairs. They're taking down Scyther. Yes, the church wall is open. This presents problems for BDS, most notably in that roof fall. May not be able to properly execute in the late round here from those yokai drones, but regardless, they still have a very strong hold inside of that, and there's a lot of problems presenting to the overall push for Empire. Most notably that BDS has just just flooded into the inside of Armory after losing that church wall. And these positions are now far too much to deal with because of the church focused execute, a main stairs focused execute that we're seeing from Empire. Shepard with a good find there, working his way towards the inside of church, but sadly taken down by Birdé immediately upon going to the main cross there. BDS with another solid hold. They tie up the game by taking control of round 10.
Rotate off of that. And I wonder whether or not it's because Empire have said we have really good control over towards construction. We want to try and make this work and make it work they can. But Shaiko, surely these bullet holes will reign supreme as these grenades will come on in, but they don't have any effect just yet. 2 more to work with, however, and Dan says goodbye to the man himself. Ashmain on Ashmain, and all of a sudden things are looking dire for BDS as well. Guess what? The player downstairs didn't even have a C4. He had prox mines.
Lem's now trying to play from this awkward position. The problem is, well, Joystick already taking up the mantle on the inside of Lounge there, deals with the hold quickly, and the rest of Empire also knocking out the remaining members of success for Empire as of yet, but they are obviously looking to change that fate as quickly as possible as they now move into Garage and look to burn out the player sitting on Catwalk. That's going to be Alems deeper to the outside, but we're going to actually see both Alems and Rafal, who I believe might have been the player on those rafters there, get taken down. Only one trade coming up against the Sledge from Empire, always going down.
Well, at least they've been able to even the man count over towards the other side of the map. Birdé will take out Joystick. He's had a massive game here, and he'll need to have a massive round, because if they don't make this OT, they will walk away with a loss here against Team Empire. Walk away with a flawless day on Playday number 1. That is something I did not expect I would be saying with Team Empire coming into this particular Playday. With 20 seconds left here, Blue, my heart beats for both of these EU monsters as they attempt to make a default plan.
Trying to work their way in. Scyther going for it, but canceling it for some reason there as more players going to move in, take better positioning. We do the lurk from downstairs, and it's going to work out beautifully there. Drops the planter, and on top of Shaiko's solid hold there, they're going to be able to fend off that final bit of aggression from Empire. Shut down round 12 for themselves here and push us deeper into this matchup as BDS not giving up. Just as
they've changed their mind up here. They think that this push over towards the kitchen hatch will reap better rewards for them. I actually agree. Their church push wasn't strong, but they don't necessarily have the map control they need. They're only dropping oil pit now. 20 seconds left. This is overtime. You got to be winning your shots at Empire so far. But as the trades come out from BDS with 15 seconds left, if they get behind this, hello? Rafal, get off the drone, get on the gun, and yes, he does. As it gets down to a 2v1, are there no yokais left to play with here? Saw the head, but he'll miss out on that one, and Shepard will confirm the plan. Joystick, get the C70 in hand, and he won't miss.
But bearing no fruit from it. Not a single player on BDS going down, and not a whole lot of damage to show for it either.
Oh, good rotate of that ADS there, ascertaining the fact that, yeah, they're going to start tossing some things down to displace this mirror. Why? Well, it's in a power position. Shepard is going to be the one that has to hold on to it. But when you lose as many players as you've lost in almost just over half the round, you are going to be worse for wear. It doesn't really matter what Shepard and Dan do here. They're going to have to commit to multi-kills. And that is hard when you're on the back foot here. BDS, they've been steamrolling through the rest of your teammates, and you are turning your back to multiple different angles that you shouldn't be. That's an open mirror Dan is standing right in front of. He'll crouch down finally and look through the vertical. He is worried about 4 different angles right now, and if they don't get a pick now, I fear for them, and it will go max OT otherwise.
These 2 members of Empire trying to cover so many different angles at once here. As you can see, the movement from just Dan trying to go in between the bedroom itself as well as the position over by construction. Both of them forced into it. Shepard actually allowed a free pick against the initial plant attempt there, but keep in mind, this is a 2v5. A lot more work to be done, but it's been manageable up until this point for Empire. Shepard now with a second against Alems. Hard pings as well onto 2 of the players on the inside of the plant position right now, but they're not going to be able to stop it. Rafal gets it down onto the ground, and that brings us into a post plant now in the 2v3. Shepard still with a very aggressive angle against the hold on the inside of Jim. Trying to be so cautious, and there we go! A 3rd kill from that position. Dan, unfortunately, going to be fallen upon trying to move up the main stairs, but Shepard still in this, trying to go for the ace, but not going to happen. Shut down by Shaiko instead, and we go to the final round of the matchup to decide it.
Something that we had really criticized Team Empire for in the regular season was their time management, especially on attack. They were down to the last 30 seconds. They'd melted most of their utility over towards Cash. Alems goes down. This is a great pinch push here from Empire over logistics. They now have 2 power positions. Oh no, they line up, but there is the trade, and Renshiro will rip through onto multiple players. Shepard finally will dispatch him, but when you're down to 15 seconds and there is almost no opportunity for a plan, if you can't get into a safe position, things will look dire. Shepard wants to commit to it. He'll stand on the side of the room and begin it. And now it's all up to Bride, the clutch master himself. Can he do it? No, he can't. And it's Empire's second win. A flawless day for them on day 1 of the 6th Invitational. And that is an amazing storyline for all of the CIS region fans, all of the European fans, and all of the original Team Empire fans who remember the greatness that Russian machine once was.